I'm John Hinkle, senior pastor of First Presbyterian Church. It's Wednesday, and this is your daily devotion. The other day, in fact, it was Monday, I got to be honest with you. About 2 o'clock, I kind of realized something, that I was in a funk. I mean, just a funk. I don't know if you would call it depressed. I don't know what you would call it. I wasn't necessarily sad. I wasn't necessarily upset. There wasn't really anything on that particular Monday that I can even think about that would put me in a funk. As a matter of fact, I should have been elated, mainly because the coming Tuesday, I wasn't going to have to be the president of Rotary. Not that being president's a bad thing, but we've talked about just the added stress and strain of it all. All that should have been off my shoulders, but instead, Monday, man, I don't know what it was. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Didn't want to talk to Leela. Didn't want to talk to Tripp. Didn't want to talk to my parents. I just went to my man cave, shut the door, turned off all the lights, and watched a movie. I did have a couple of calls from church members, and I talked with them, and I tried to be uplifting in the way I was communicating. But I was thinking to myself, man, after I get off the phone with this person, they're going to think, what's wrong with John? And I think what was wrong with me, and I'm better, by the way. I mean, today is Wednesday, and I feel fine, and working on my sermon, and looking forward to, hearing all the fireworks continue to go off for the next several days. I'm being sarcastic about that. But I think what's going on, not just with me, but I think with a lot of people, is that the means that we had at our disposal and the way we love people and the way we minister to people and the way we give pastoral care, they're gone. One of the things that I loved about Sunday mornings was not just worshiping, but it was actually what happened after worship, to see someone in the hallway, to kind of connect with them. Same with Wonderful Wednesday. After I would eat my dinner at Wonderful Wednesday, what did I do? I'd get up and I would, as I said to Leela, press the flesh. I would shake hands. I would pat people on the back. I would just catch up, especially if I knew somebody was struggling with something, right? But those means are over with. I mean, for right now. We have to keep social distance, and we wear masks now. Even in worship, it's kind of odd. I'm glad we're back in the church, and I'm glad to see people. But when I preach, I don't know how people are responding to my sermon because their faces are covered up. So how do we get out of these funks? And how do we stand a little bit straighter? How do we kind of reclaim that joy of knowing the good news? Well, for me, the answer is to kind of get the focus off of me and focus myself on God. That may, be easier said than done, but that's what we're called to do. That's why I think one of my favorite all-time hymns is Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes unto the hills. And where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will neither slumber nor sleep. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. And that's what we hold on to. And that's what we should hold on to whether we're in our pandemic or not. Our focus isn't and shouldn't be on ourselves. Our focus should be on God. And I think